Good morning. It's Vijay here. Today is Monday, 22nd December 2025. Welcome to yet another episode of pre-market commentary. What a weekend it was. On Friday, we had these jitters in the morning that Bank of Japan will increase the interest rates and there will be a chaos in the global markets because carry trade unwinding will happen and Indian markets also will collapse like what happened in August of 2024. I'd mentioned in the beginning of Friday's video that history is unlikely to repeat because this time the market is well prepared and the smart money was not betting on any market distortion. That's exactly what happened, and Indian markets too recovered on that day. And in fact, Nifty snapped a four-session losing streak. Shriram Finance, because they got some money from MUFG, that was the leader. Max Healthcare did very well. Mid cap and small cap indices extended gain for a second straight session. All major indices closed higher. So all the fears, in fact, 4 days of fears last week got wiped out on the final day. And this week, we can look forward to a Santa Claus rally. The title of today's video is Will We Get a Santa Claus Rally? I had hope for in my post market commentary that in all probability, we will get a Santa Claus rally when our market had closed. I had mentioned that US markets did very well, global markets are doing very well, and so we can expect a Santa Claus rally beginning Friday, I had thought of, and that's what happened on Friday. Let's see where it goes. I'm also a little bit fearful of the December 21 to 22, between 20 and 22. Generally, market is extremely volatile on that day. Even if it is bullish, suddenly there is a big drop and then the bounce back is there. So I'm prepared for such a big drop and a bounce back, but I'm certainly expecting that we should see better numbers by the end of this calendar year. So what did FIs and DIs do? Surprisingly, FIs now have turned buyers. They bought 1,800 crores on Friday. DIs, of course, bought a huge amount, 5,700 crores. So 7,554 crores was bought by the institutions. The who sold? That was promoters and the third force. So maybe this time the promoters and third force will be on the losing side because the kind of strength which the market displayed on Friday should go towards that. Rupee strengthened dramatically. One rupee strengthened from 90.27 to 89.27 at close. So that is very good news. And on Friday in ADRs, we saw Infos go up by 40%. We don't know the reasons yet, but general feeling is that it is because of the stock lending and borrowing mechanism there. The lender asked back the stocks. I just looked at what is happening in India. Infosys is one of the most is the biggest stock lent. So now the fear will be there among people who have borrowed Infosys. So Infosys surprisingly could be in the limelight today because of technical considerations. So as I said, Wall Street did well. Oil is steady. Dollar is weakening, and precious metals did very well on Friday. Silver hit a new high at 67 point something. It crossed 67, and gold also went to 43.86. Now, generally on Friday, silver gets slammed in the US markets. This is one of those rare occasions when silver actually went up on Friday, which means there is a lot of short positions in silver. So technically, it looks much better than even gold. So what else? So how did we perform on a weekly basis? If you really look at on weekly basis, the week was not that good because 4 days out of 5 days, the Nifty was lower, so Sensex was lower at the end of the week. Mid cap index actually ended in green after gains in on Friday's trade. PSU banks were the biggest outperformers. We have Canara Bank and PNB, and over 30 stocks post loss, or 30 post losses last week. So it was not something really something bulls can cheer about as far as last week is concerned. But as they say, kal ki baat chodo, kal ki baat purani hai. So if that is the case, we should forget what happened in the past week and then look forward to this week. Even US Dow Jones closed in the negative on a week-on-week basis. Nasdaq was up about 5.5%. The European markets were much better, with FTSE 2.5% higher on a week-on-week basis. CAC was up by about 1%. DAX was up by 0.4. Here in Asian markets, Hang Seng, Kospi, and Nikkei, all of them closed dramatically lower. In fact, Kospi was down by 3.52% for the week. Nikkei was 2.61%. Now both of them have made up. Nikkei is now trading close to 900 points in the morning session. Shanghai was flat. So coming back to stocks, what stocks could be in limelight? KEC International, the Delhi High Court has kept the power grids order in abeyance and allowing KEC to participate in tenders. Now KEC had fallen nearly 10% on November 18th based on this PFC's order, where it disqualified KEC for about 9 months or 18 months, I think so. I had mentioned this, and we had bought KEC based on that because we believe that order, even if it affects KEC in the final analysis, will just be 3% of the total sales of KEC. So we were quite confident that sooner or later things will get better, and we knew also that KEC had gone to court, and today I think KEC should be in focus. GE Vernova is doing very well. They bought the contract from AESL projects for design and establishment of some 2,500 megawatt terminal in Khavda. And that is that. Then the other corporate announcements, plenty are there. GE Shipping has contracted a very large second-hand gas carrier, so that should do well. Al Cargo volumes have increased. Everything is looking good. Tata Chemicals is planning to acquire 100% stake in a Singapore-based company. Then you have what else? KIMS has taken an additional 6.94 stake in Sarvajanya Healthcare, and IHCL has entered into a binding agreement to sell entire 25% stake in Taj GVK to GVK family. Fortis Health has planned investment of some 840 crores for a 300-bed hospital in Bangalore. So that is positive. Tata Steel has acquired some 148 crores equity in foreign arm for about 1,355 crores. So generally, corporate announcements are coming in thick and fast, and all of them seem to be positive. So that should add more steam to the rally which I'm expecting. So today morning, again, silver has hit a new high. It's gone across 68.54. Gold is touching a new high again. So I think we should see action on the positive side in precious metals. And the gift nifty, which I don't trust all the time, but it's expecting a gap up opening of about 130 points. Whatever the gap opens, there may be selling. But I think at the end of the day, things should only get better, and end of the week, it should get better. So we continue to buy on decline. We are positive for the week. I don't want to have any negative sentiment for the week, trying to find faults, because the stars are aligned for a good week rally. The Santa Claus rally is here, in my opinion. So we will buy on decline. Today is Monday, and I show all my trades free of cost intraday, or if I do some swing, or if I do some investments on my Telegram group, which is a free Telegram group. So one can look at it and see what my mind is thinking during the day. Whatever you do, I hope it is successful. Thank you for joining me.